Hey my loves, welcome to part 2. I apologize, in part 1 the video got cut up because an incoming call came in. But here we go, again with part 2. I was talking about fears and how they can block you from becoming pregnant. And I remember it was in regards of motherhood and fatherhood. So, in you becoming aware of the toxic and absent traits that your parents had, you can choose to do it differently. So, you can even think of so many ways what you perceive as your parents did wrong that you can do better. And if you have lots of resentments in regards of your parents because of whatever happened, there is actually your parents did the best they could, because if they would have known it different, they would have done it better. So just know that your parents really did all they could to raise you right. And I don't know if you know a lot of your parents' childhood, but if you still have the chance to maybe get to know your parents' childhood so you can understand maybe better why they did the mistakes you think they did with you. And they can already pass on the knowledge that they know. So truly, if they couldn't known it any better, if they didn't know it any better, there was no way they could have done it better. So reminding yourself of that can help you in soothing the resentment or the negative feelings you may still have in regards of your parents. Now, of course, this does not mean that whatever happened was good and they did everything right. It just means they did the best they could. Now, talking about fears, if you want to get pregnant, please don't look at horror stories of pregnancies gone wrong. Don't focus on the cases when a miscarriage happened, when the birth was horrible AF, because that's all. I don't want to swear, but don't threaten yourself. The chance is very high that you have a birth that is going okay, that you get a healthy baby. So don't threaten yourself unnecessarily with all the horrible things that could happen. If you can, if you feel like, okay, I need a little bit more support, I feel like I don't have enough knowledge about pregnancy and what's going to happen with my body, with the baby, then there's always the chance that you can get a doula, or you can talk to a midwife or your gynecologist, your woman's doctor about it, and to get these fears out of the way. Yes, it is a little risky, of course, to be pregnant because you're carrying another life within you. And yes, there are things that could go wrong, but there are also tons of things that can go right. So you want to get in a very relaxed state, not only when you're trying to conceive, but also when you're about to be pregnant and get the baby. So how about if you've read a lot of horrible stories about it, you now choose to watch YouTube videos about women talking about their birth that went smooth? How about you read books about pregnancy, or there are lots of beautiful positive information about pregnancy out there. Yeah. So, what else could prevent you from conceive? Let me think. I feel like I've said it all. If there's still anything that comes to my mind, then I will make a part 3. But for so far, thank you for listening. This is my favorite topic. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. As I said, I am still in my doula trainee. Not yet a doula, but still I have already gained some knowledge. So feel free to ask me, to contact me, and let me know what has... no, now I remembered something. What you can also do if you haven't gotten pregnant yet, is, and you're a little bit more on the spiritual side, and you're a little bit into astrology, you can do the following. Now, when you were born, the moon was in a very specific zodiac sign, and it was in a specific phase. So we have the new moon, half moon, full moon, first quarter, third quarter. So if you get a birth chart calculation, you can find out how the moon was standing when you were born and in which sign. And according to ancient wisdom, they did that in ancient Egypt, in ancient Rome, and ancient Greece, that they were looking at the constellation, in particular to the moon, because the moon is connected with femininity, how the moon was standing when a woman was born. And apparently, when the moon is in the same zodiac sign as when you were born, this is when you are the most fertile. Now, if it so happens that the moon is in the same phase, let's say a new moon in Aries, as it happened when you were born, you gotta use the time and jump on your man to get that baby. And another thing is that actually some women frustrate themselves because they calculate on their app or by getting the right temperature when their fertile day is. And they think, oh, it's only once a month. But actually, you can produce 2 eggs in a month. You can be fertile 2 times in a month. Because this happened after the First and the Second World War, when a lot of men were dying and there were too many women in the country. So what happened was a lot of women got pregnant even though they were in that cycle having their period or were not even at their fertile day. So you got to really go with what you feel like, because it's not making any sense when you're not feeling sexy, when you're not feeling into mood, to having sex with your man just because, so that you make a baby. You want to be in that sexy energy and that loving energy. That's why it's always a good idea to have sex with your man when you're really in the mood, when you feel sexy. This is an amazing energy to get a woman pregnant. So, because then you're fully relaxed and you can open up. And when you open up, boom. Yeah. So, yeah, as I said, now I think I've said everything, but if anything else is coming to my mind, I'll make a third part. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you, and see you soon in another video. Bye!